She was born on a spring morning that carried the weight of centuries. On May the 2nd, 2015, as the bells of Westminster Abbey rang, the British monarchy quietly entered a new chapter. Her name, Princess Charlotte Elizabeth Diana of Cambridge. Her birth was not merely a joyful family event. It was a moment of history. The first time a royal daughter's place in the line of succession would be protected by law, no longer displaced by a younger brother.
King Charles finally gives rare royal title to Princess Charlotte. This week, King Charles finally gave Princess Charlotte a royal title no one expected. But the story behind it began long before the ceremony. On a crisp spring morning, May 2nd, 2015, the bells of Westminster Abbey rang across London. It was the day the monarchy quietly turned a page in its 1,000-year history. Her name, Princess Charlotte Elizabeth Diana of Cambridge. Her birth wasn't just a celebration, it was a turning point. For the first time, a royal daughter's place in the line of succession was protected by law. No longer could a younger brother outrank her. The Succession to the Crown Act of 2013 had just taken effect, ending centuries of male preference in royal inheritance. From that moment on, the eldest child, boy or girl, would inherit first. That meant when her younger brother, Prince Louis, was born, Charlotte's position didn't change. She remained third in line to the throne, after her father, Prince William, and brother, Prince George. It might have seemed like a small change on paper, but in a monarchy built on tradition, it was a quiet revolution. One that set the stage for what King Charles would do for her nearly a decade later. To understand the weight of Princess Charlotte's royal title, we have to go back to December 2012, 3 years before her birth. Queen Elizabeth II quietly made a decision that would reshape royal protocol for generations. She issued a letters patent, a centuries-old royal decree, ensuring that all of Prince William's children, not just his eldest son, would carry the titles of prince or princess, with the style of royal highness. Without this decree, Charlotte would have been born Lady Charlotte Mountbatten Windsor. Only Prince George would have had full royal status. The old system, created in 1917 by King George V, limited princely titles to certain male line heirs. But the Queen foresaw change. She knew a modern monarchy had to reflect the society it serves. By signing the letters patent, she made sure her great-grandchildren, Charlotte, George, and Louis, would all be true royals from birth, equal in title and honor. So when Charlotte was born on May 2nd, 2015, she didn't just enter the world as a baby. She entered as Her Royal Highness Princess Charlotte of Cambridge, a living symbol of tradition and transformation. Her title became more than a name. It was proof that the crown could evolve with the times. From the moment Princess Charlotte entered the world, her life balanced the line between royal duty and ordinary childhood. Her parents, Prince William and Catherine, chose deliberately to raise their children with privacy and normalcy, a rare gift for royal heirs. Charlotte spent her early years at Anmer Hall, a quiet estate on the Sandringham grounds. Behind high hedges and iron gates, she experienced a childhood few royals ever knew. School runs with her mother, bike rides with her brothers, and afternoons spent baking in the kitchen. Public appearances were brief but graceful. At Sandringham, she waved confidently to crowds. At St. Mary Magdalene Church, she curtsied with poise reminiscent of her great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II. These moments reminded the world that while Charlotte's upbringing was modern, her heritage was undeniably regal. Behind palace doors, she was carefully guided, learning etiquette, empathy, and responsibility. Every small lesson was preparing her for a life in history. Her childhood wasn't just charming, it sent a quiet message. The monarchy could evolve, raising heirs who were royal and relatable. And that upbringing would make the royal titles she received later all the more significant. September 2022 marked a turning point, not just for the monarchy, but for Princess Charlotte herself. With the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, the crown passed to her son, King Charles III. Almost immediately, Charles made a historic announcement. He bestowed new titles on his eldest son and daughter-in-law, Prince and Princess of Wales, titles once held by Princess Diana. And for Charlotte, her world changed overnight. She was no longer Princess Charlotte of Cambridge. She became Princess Charlotte of Wales. This wasn't just a name. The title carries history, responsibility, and a bridge between tradition and the people. As the daughter of the new Prince and Princess of Wales, Charlotte now stood at the heart of a modern monarchy, one that honors heritage while embracing change. For the public, it was impossible not to recall Princess Diana's legacy, and now her granddaughter was carrying it forward, poised, young, and full of promise. At just a child, Charlotte had become a living link between generations. Granddaughter of a king, daughter of a future monarch, and a symbol of a monarchy learning to balance tradition with humanity. After months of quiet speculation, King Charles has finally made a move that has stunned royal watchers. He has announced his intent to bestow upon Princess Charlotte the title of Princess Royal, a rare honor granted only to the eldest daughter of a reigning monarch, or to a royal woman whose service and loyalty to the crown is unparalleled. Few in history have held this title. The current Princess Royal, Princess Anne, has borne it since 1987. Before her, it was granted to only a handful of women stretching back centuries. This is more than ceremonial. By signaling his intent to one day grant Charlotte this title, King Charles is making history, honoring his granddaughter while placing gender equality at the heart of the monarchy. Charlotte, still a child, now stands at the center of a quiet revolution. She is joining an elite lineage of women whose loyalty, discretion, and strength shaped the crown from behind the scenes. For the monarchy's next chapter, this could be a defining moment, rewriting what it means to be a princess in the modern age. Behind the grandeur of the announcement, Buckingham Palace reportedly buzzed with excitement and quiet debate. Senior courtiers discussed the implications carefully. This was no ordinary bestowal. It signaled a shift in the monarchy's balance of power, even in title and symbolism. Prince William and Catherine reportedly received the news with gratitude and humility. For them, it affirmed the values they've instilled in their children: equality, duty, and compassion. Yet even they were said to be surprised by the timing. King Charles had chosen the moment with precision. Not all within royal circles were fully on board. Traditionalists questioned whether such honors should wait until Charlotte reaches adulthood. Some whispered that the king's choice was symbolically bold, but politically delicate, reflecting his desire to modernize while guarding ancient traditions. Beyond palace walls, the public reaction was instant. Across the UK and Commonwealth, headlines and social media lit up. In London, crowds gathered outside Kensington Palace, while talk shows in Canada and Australia buzzed with discussion. In the United States, fascination with the royal family and echoes of Princess Diana's legacy rekindled global interest. Online comparisons to Princess Anne, the current Princess Royal, flooded feeds. Fans speculated whether Charlotte might one day follow that same path of quiet but powerful influence, combining her grandmother's compassion with her great-aunt's strength. One thing became clear: this was not just a title. Princess Charlotte, barely a decade old, had become a living symbol of a monarchy learning to balance tradition with progress, honoring the past while stepping boldly into the future. The conferral of this rare royal title upon Princess Charlotte is far more than a ceremonial gesture. With one decision, King Charles has positioned his granddaughter at the heart of the monarchy's next chapter, bridging centuries of tradition with a modern world that values equality, authenticity, and connection. Though still third in line to the throne, Charlotte's new distinction reshapes the story of her role. It's a recognition not just of birthright, but of potential, a signal that her contributions may one day extend far beyond ceremony. Palace aides say the king sees in her echoes of both Queen Elizabeth II's composure and Princess Diana's empathy. In Charlotte, he recognizes the qualities needed for a monarchy to endure with grace rather than grandeur. Titles like this are never given lightly. The Princess Royal honor carries expectations of lifelong service, dedication, and discretion. If Charlotte eventually assumes such a role, she will inherit more than prestige. She will inherit responsibility. King Charles's decision may also pave the way for subtle reforms within the monarchy, emphasizing character, service, and equality over gender or birth order. It reflects a vision for a royal family admired for its relevance and moral grounding in the 21st century. Charlotte's road ahead will not be without challenge. The spotlight will grow as she matures. Yet those who have watched her from childhood already see her natural poise. From confident waves at Trooping the Color to solemn composure during Queen Elizabeth II's funeral. In granting her this rare title, King Charles has not only honored a granddaughter, he has entrusted her with legacy. He has sent a clear message. The future of the monarchy will rest as much on the shoulders of its daughters as its sons. Princess Charlotte may be young, but her story already embodies the crown's evolution. From tradition to transformation, from privilege to purpose. Once cradled beneath Westminster's bells, she may one day become the defining symbol of a monarchy reborn through equality, grace, and quiet power.